over there because after the apartments, we moved over there to Janet Street, and this friend of mine that worked for the city, I forget what street, what department he worked for, he asked me if I wanted to buy the house, and he says, "Yeah, I'll buy the house." He said, "I want $25,000 for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want 10% down, which was $2,500." And so I gave him $2,500, and I moved in, and then I got the loan for the house.
Where'd you get the 20? You had saved up $2,500?
No, I had to borrow it. I borrowed it from my brother, my oldest brother, Raymond.
Okay.
He loaned me the money for $2,500.
To help you buy your house in Long Beach?
Right, so I bought the house, and then after I just got the loan, and we bought the house for 25,000.
How much were you were the payment, the house payment back then? You remember?
About $135.
A month?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how much you were making at
At the time I started working in Long Beach, I was making $385 a month.
385 when you started?
Mm-hmm. That was back in '69.
Do you remember how much that was per hour?
No, I don't know. We didn't break it down by
Okay.
hour.
Well, when you retired, how much were you making a month? Do you remember?
About $27 a month.
26, 27
an hour.
a
I'm
month.
sorry, an hour.
An hour.
Yeah,
Okay. When you retired.
yeah.
So I can't do
I
the
don't
math
know.
that
I
quick.
think it was about 4,000 or about 4,000 a month or something like that. But we had a good city manager, and he was giving us 5% raise every year
Oh yeah.
at the time.
At that when you retired?
No, but at the time, from the six, I think from the '70s to about the '70s, '75, '76, he was a city manager, and he was giving us a 5% raise every year.
Hmm.
So
You remember his name?
no, I don't remember his name, but everybody liked him.
Mm.
He gave the city employees a good raise,
Mm.
but he was giving the police department more money than the city, other city people,
Okay.
because they were all, I guess, sworn personnel.
Okay. When I was a little kid, well, as long as I remember, you refereed football and you umpired baseball. Did you ever referee basketball?
No,
Just football and baseball?
yeah. I met this gentleman that I knew for a long time. His name was Gordy. We called him Gordy. His name was Gordon Catherall. And he used to umpire everything. Football, basketball, tennis, you name it. He did it. Softball, baseball, every sport you think of, he would be there every day.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to me and he said, well, I asked him about it one day, because I just see him quite a bit. He says, "Hey, Gordy, how about getting me into football? Refereeing football, Pop Warner." So he did.
Yeah.
And then after that, I joined the association for high school football.
Mm.
And they just started doing that.
What year was this?
I don't recall, but 1971 or about 72, 73.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I started doing the baseball games.
Mm.
I did it for about 3 or 4 or 5 years, I guess. I don't know how long I did it. And I even did a couple of college games. This
Yeah.
guy called me up and said, "Frank, I need somebody to go with me to Cal State, LA to do a doubleheader." I said, "Hey, I never did a college game before, I said, "That's all right, I'll take care of it, So I went over there and did a game on the bases first and out behind the plate the second game. I said, "I don't think so." I said, "I only did the one." No, then I did some more games. Went over to Chapman College in Orange County,
County?
somewhere over there, and
Yeah.
did that one. But I told him, "No, I don't have it," because he was hurting for baseball. I mean, umpires. So, but I did a high school games, but that's about all.
Okay. What about when you came to LA? Or let's go back because no, I remember seeing pictures of you and Nadine at the Dodger game at Dodger Stadium. She was about 3 years old, so that must have been about 1965. So you were going to the Dodger games back then?
Oh yeah, yeah. When I was in Fresno, I guess we was going to. I went to. How old was she then?
I think she looks like she was about 3
Yeah.
in the picture.
We came to the games over in Fresno. I mean, to Dodger Stadium to the game.
Yeah.
We all did. I came with a lot of guys came, like all the family. Joe Munoz came up, and Charlie Ramos and his family came. Well, just his wife came up, and then we got Nadine, so we just brought her up. And we came a couple of games up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. till we moved up here.
Who do you remember seeing back then?
Here, I don't really remember. I seen a lot of good ball players. I mean, little like Vic DeValio was there, and I think Sandy Koufax was there already. Or Don Brysedale and John Rosemore was catching, and all. Yeah. Then I saw later on, Say Garvey and Lopes and shortstop. What was his name?
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
What about? Do you ever take mom to the game?
I saw her one time. One time we went to the game, and we had happened to we were here in Tucson, Arizona, to see her aunt, and on the way back, we were going back home, and she was driving because I didn't dark, and we went down to San Diego and I went to L.A. and we stopped in L.A. and it happened to be I don't know why we stayed in L.A. to somebody's house, and I told her, "Do you want to go see the ball game before we go back home?" So we went. It was actually a sold out game, I guess. We were up on the top bleachers, nowhere you couldn't see from the top. And it was the Cubs were playing. They were playing, and Koufax was pitching today.
Yeah.
Against Hundley. Yeah. And there was no hitter going all the way down to the ninth inning.
No hitter.
No hitter. And the guy, somebody made an error and got a hit, and the Dodgers scored the one run. And the other guy and the other guy pitched a one hitter, and Koufax pitched a no hitter. And Grandma said, "No, I don't want to got no more game. There's only one run, one hit, and so that's it. I don't want to see no more baseball games." So she never went back to another game.
She thought that was boring.
Boring. One run, one hit. That's it. That's it. So she didn't go to no more games.
What about because I heard from a lot of my cousins that used to take them to see like, I don't know, Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, when they were kids. Like I hear from Raleigh, I hear from Carlos, I hear from Sal.
Well, when I was in Visalia at the time, we knew a guy that used to be a distributor for Falstaff in those times of beer, and that was the Giants beer. I mean, they advertised for the Giants in San Francisco. So he took us to see a couple of games, got tickets for about 10 guys, drove us up on a bus, and we used to go see the Giants games over there, and because he had tickets for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Giant game. Giant fans, and of course I went with them. But
yeah.
That's how I saw Willie Mays and those guys are Tapeta and those guys play ball. Juan Marshall and those guys pitching.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't hardly see any Giant games because I never went to see.
Yeah.
Never liked the Giants. Of course, you went to see them one time when I gave you a ticket to see the Dodger game. Remember?
No.
No, I think I had tickets and you went. I think. John Andrini had tickets. And
you gave those to Marlene and Nadine.
Yeah?
Yes, not me.
Okay. And they went to see the game.
Because he had good tickets, like front row.
Front row tickets.
Yeah. Up in San Francisco.
Yeah, Stick Park.
Yeah.
But I never asked John for no more ticket to go. Dandy with him over there. But I never saw him. But when I went to L.A., of course, later on I met Manny Mota over there, and that's how I got to see a lot of games.
Okay. So, how did you meet Manny Mota? Do you remember how you met him?
No, I used to go up there and after the games, he'd come out and I just meet him there after the games. Got to know him pretty good. He'd come out with his kids and at the parking lot, and that's where I started talking.
Yeah.
When I was playing with the Dodgers.
Back in what year was this?
I don't recall what year it was. It must have been the late 70s. Because that's when we moved up here in 70, wasn't it?
70.
About 72, 73.
Yeah, he was playing back then with them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He played with the Dodgers for a long time?
Oh, yeah. Until he retired.
Yeah, I remember. I think he retired in 1980 because he was a coach.
Coach
and he played too.
Yeah.
Like a playing coach.
Playing coach, yeah.
And he used to pinch hit.
Yeah, he left the league and pinch hitting for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, he's a pretty guy. I met him for a long time, and he used to give me tickets to go see the Dodger games. And then when he came over here to spring training, that's when he fixed me up with him to go get a pass to go where I want to go.
Yeah. Okay, back in I don't know. You told me one time you went to see the Rose Bowl. You saw the Rose Bowl,
Super Bowl
the Super Bowl. Oh,
Yes.
Super Bowl at the Rose Bowl.
at the Coliseum.
Oh, what year was that?
That was, I don't know, I think it was in the, I forgot, maybe late 70s, 80s.
Who was playing? You remember?
And Miami against the Redskins.
Okay.
Washington and Miami. I guess it must have been the third, fifth, fourth, fifth or sixth Super Bowl.
Was that the year that the Dolphins went undefeated?
I don't know. They beat the Redskins by 1 point, extra point, and that's to the,
Yeah. I think that was the year they went undefeated.
yeah. This friend of mine, Gordy, had tickets, so he's
The umpire, the referee.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
he invited me to go with him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But then tickets are cheap. I think they were $20 a ticket or something.
The Super Bowl tickets. Yeah.
So that's why we went. He was well known and everybody knew him. He got whatever he wanted to get. He had a lot of what do you call it? Things for different sports, baseballs,
Oh,
football.
like memorabilia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a lot of it in his house. He was filled up with it. He had an apartment, that's all you could see it. A lot of autographs and baseballs he signed and footballs he signed. And of course, he knew a lot of people around Long Beach. He met a lot of good ball players when they were going up in Long Beach,
Yeah.
And they went to the major leagues.
Well, you saw a lot of people playing when you were umpiring or refereeing.
Oh yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of guys that were when I was there. I knew a lot of what was his name? The guy that played for the Braves. His son played later on.
Oh, Burroughs.
Burroughs, Jeff Burroughs.
Yeah.
And then the guys that played for they all came out of Wilson High School.
Yeah, the little league
Yeah,
kids.
a little high school, and then the high school team, Crosby, the Crosby brothers, and the guy that played center fielder for the Anaheim.
Can't think of his name.
Yeah. Well, mostly, like I said, Jeff Burroughs and his boy, and then Tony Gwynn. I met him when he was playing, a small guy, he was playing at the park.
Oh yeah.
There is by where we used to live,
Oh, at Vets Park.
at Pacific, sir.
Yeah.
He worked there, he was trained second base and outfielder, but he was a good ball player.
Tony.
Oh, he was a good ball player, Tony Gwynn. And they went to Poly afterwards.
Yeah.
But there was another guy that played second base, so he went. He's a good player too, and he went to college at I think it's Stanford and played football.
What was his name?
I don't remember what their name was. And then of course the Poly had a good ball players, and it still does, I guess. But
Yeah.
really good baseball players, basketball players, everything was good at Poly. But Tony Gwynn, he was one of the best.
What about football players? Remember any football players?
No, just Gene Washington played for Stanford. He went to Poly.
Okay.
And this other kid that I played there, I don't know what his name was, he went there. But the guy that later on, he went to play for the Orioles. Baltimore Ravens. What's his name? He just made the Hall of Fame.
What's his name?
You remember? He just gave him the Hall of Fame guy. He came out of Poly. He announces a football time on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his name, forgot his name, but he was there. A lot of guys were from Poly that went there. There's a lot of football players that went to the professionals from Poly.
And you refereed them when they were young?
I remember in high school.
Yeah.
But after that, they went to different college universities. But
So just baseball and because I remember when we were little kids, you used to take me to a lot of basketball games.
yeah.
Yeah. And we used to see. I remember Derek Martin from St. Anthony's. You took me to see them, and then even before that, you would take me to see like when they played high school, and then they went on to college, and some of them made the pros.
Yeah. Well, that guy that played for UCLA, what was his name? That little kid played for UCLA. He's not coaching no more for UCLA.
Oh yeah, Edney.
Edney.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was there playing. But there was a lot of high school kids, and of course softball. A lot of girls played softball that went to UCLA and Arizona State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the tape's going to end.
You got about 10 more minutes for an hour.
No, it said it's
Okay.
gonna,
14.
14 minutes. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to edit it anyways. 14 minutes.
That's what it says.
What time you gotta go, Dad?
I gotta be there by at least 10 o'clock.
It's 9:49 right now.
I know.
So you gotta go.
Well, I gotta go to that.
We can finish. We can finish later.
Okay.
But you're gonna have different clothes on.
I gotta wear my. Yeah, no, I'll put
First
my
off.
shirt back on, but then